So we're back to reading passage 1. In this video we'll be dealing with test 3, I think. So the passage is about frozen food, a US perspective on the development of frozen food industry. So we're going to be dealing only about frozen food industry. So that's what we're going to be dealing about. So passage 1, because it's so much easier compared with passage 2 and 3, we're not going to spend a lot of time. So it's going to be basically easy. I'm just going to basically navigate to these things, like to what was like a 2000 years ago and stuff like that. I'm gonna find South America. So we have so anyways 19. I need to find everything inside this one, and then slowly proceed to the other areas. So I want to find the years now, first of all. So, okay, people conserve the nutritional value of something using a method of freezing then drying. 2,000 years ago, the inhabitants of South America in Andean mountains had a unique means of conserving potatoes for later consumption. Conserving potatoes. So, conserve the nutritional value. They froze them overnight and then trampled them to squeeze out the moisture, then dried them in the sun. This preserved their nutritional value, if not their aesthetic appeal. So the value of what? The value of potatoes. As you can see, it's reading is all about kind of it's very much like a game of grammar or something like that. Okay, so question number 1 here. That is all met. Nice. Great. So 1851. I need to find 1851. There you go. 1851. In 1851 U.S., something was kept cool by using by ice during transportation and specially adapted trains. Railroads first began putting blocks of ice in an insulated rail car to send butter from Ogdensburg, New York to Boston. It was kept cool by ice. Blocks of ice in insulated rail cars to send butter. So this is another one. As you can see, send the word butter. So question number 2 comes from here. There you go. So this is the one. Butter, potatoes. So again, what is that? Butter. Better. So 2 kinds of something. Australia 1880. Well, 2 kinds of something were the first frozen food shipped to England. We need to find 1880. So we have 1880, a shipment of Australian beef. Okay, so 2 kinds of something. So and mutton was sent frozen to England. Beef and mutton was sent frozen to England, while the frozen food this way was. So 2 kinds of something were the first frozen food shipped to England. But Australian cattlemen were quick to realize that if they could put this new invention on a ship, they could export meat across the oceans. So, in 1880, a shipment of Australian beef and mutton. Beef or mutton, 2 kinds of meat. Because they are meat, so that's going to be the answer. Okay, I'm gonna take that, highlight it over there. So give this question number 3. So we have beef and mutton. They're navigating to meat. There you go. Nice. Next one. Clarence Birdseye introduced innovations including something. Quick freezing methods. So that's something. 1917. 1917. There you go. So for your sake, I am not doing it the way how I would do it during the exam. Just before I go through the other answers, I want you to know that I just for the sake of video, I am doing it in a way that is clear for you how questions are working. Otherwise, during the exams, first, I would never also overlook this type of question, because the 1980s, I mean, as you say 1800s, it's say, but I know that 1800s was somewhere around here. And you see that? So The ice transportation business made some Boston ship owners very wealthy. So in True False Not Given, there are core words. It's not like every single one of them. For example, you have Boston ship owners, and there's like very wealthy, made them very wealthy. These are the core words, important words. A disadvantage of the freezing process invented in Australia was that it affected the taste. Disadvantage affected the taste. Invented in Australia. As you can see, so the next one, so I'm gonna first look if the transportation business made some Boston ship owners very wealthy. So the natural ice remained the main form of refrigeration until the late in the 19th century. 19th century. In the early 1800s, ship owners from Boston to U.S. had enormous blocks of Arctic ice towed all over the Atlantic for the purpose of food preservation. And as you can see, made them very wealthy or not, we don't have information, not given. So I did not do this. I was going one after the other, one by one, just for the sake of video, so the questions are clear and how they are tackled. Otherwise, I would just, at the same time, I would see that because one paragraph could address the questions of two answers. Right. So moreover, the disadvantage. So we have here. In 1870, Australian inventors found a way to make mechanical ice. So here it says the disadvantages of the freezing process invented in Australia was that it affected the taste of food. Australian inventors found a way to make mechanical ice. They used a compressor to force a gas ammonia at first and later freon through a condenser. The compressed gas gave up some of its heat as it moved through the condenser. Then the gas was released quickly into a low pressure evaporator coil where it became liquid and cold. Air was blown over the evaporator coil, and then this cooled air passed into an insulated compartment, lowering its temperature to a freezing point. Clarence bird's eye. Clarence bird's eye. I need to find Clarence bird's eye. Where's Clarence bird's eye? As you can see, Clarence bird's eye. So did it affect? It affected the taste of food. Initially, this process was invented to keep Australian beer cool even in hot weather, but Australian cattlemen were quick to realize that if they could put this new invention something, while the food frozen in this way was still palatable means eatable, there was some deterioration. During the freezing process, crystals formed within the cells of the food, and when the ice expanded and the cells burst, this spoiled the flavor. Okay. There we go. Spoiled the flavor. So we have question number 9 over there. As you can see, spoiled the flavor means changed, affected the taste. Here it is true, as you can see. So question 10, Clarence bird's eyes traveled to Labrador in order to learn how the Inuit people froze fish. In order to learn how people froze fish. So in 1912, biology students, Massachusetts, U.S., named Clarence bird's eyes ran out of money and went to Labrador in Canada to trap and trade furs. While he was there, he became fascinated with how the Inuit would quickly freeze fish in the Arctic area. Anyways, so he went to Labrador in Canada to trap and trade furs. But here it says travel to Labrador in order to learn how the Inuit people froze fish. Oh my god. So sneeze that a little bit. Here the answer is going to be false. Because in order to learn, here it says in order to learn, but no, he didn't go there to learn how Inuit people froze fish. He went there because he ran out of money and went to Labrador in Canada. He went there to travel and trade first, and he didn't go there just to learn. I mean, he was fascinated how the Inuit would quickly freeze fish in the Arctic area. So the answer is false. He ran out of money, and that's why he went to Labrador. That's where you have the question number 10 over there. Question 10. Question 10, there you go. That's why you have the answer. And then Swanson Foods invested a great deal of money. So okay, I'm not gonna go for that just yet. I want to go for here, 1880. 1880. Where's 1880? I'm gonna find 1880 quickly. I have 1940. I have 1940, 1950, 1940. Okay, I need 1917. 1917. Where is that? We have 1917 over here. All right, there you go. 1917 over there. Yeah. Quickly freezing method so that something did not spoil the food. Began developing mechanical freezers capable of quick freezing food. Birds are methodically kept inventing better freezers and gradually built a business selling frozen fish from Gloucester. What did he not freeze? Quick freezing methods so that something did not spoil the food. That reduced the damage that Chris caused. He developed quick freezing techniques that reduced the damage that crystals caused. Okay, there you go. I found it. So passage 1 is always about skimming. You just find the location of the answer and then bam, you hit it. So that something did not spoil it. What did not spoil? Crystals, because here it says that crystals caused, right? Crystals caused. That's why, as a result, if something causes, it spoils. So packaging products with something so the product was visible. Cellophane, the first transparent material for fruit packaging, which allowed consumers to see the quality of the product. Another one, cellophane, another one. So he introduced cellophane. Question 5. Cellophane. Now, next one, what do we have? We need to find what? Cellophane. In real exam, I highly encourage for you to just copy and paste instead of writing the way how I do. Sometimes you might just, misspell just because you are sometimes in rush. Frozen food became unpopular because of shortage of 1940. Sales increased in 1940 when the World War II gave a boost to the frozen food industry because tin was being used for munitions. Frozen food were abundant and cheap. Tin was used for munitions. The answer is going to be tin, yeah? Tin. Yes, because became popular, it means that while frozen foods were abundant, yeah? Because it was abundant and cheap, and that the tin was used for munitions. So we have tin over here. Question 6. A large number of homes now had a what did they have? Finally, by the 1950s, refrigerator technology had developed far enough to make these appliances affordable for the average family. By the 1953, 33 million U.S. families owned a refrigerator. Okay, there you go. Another answer spotted. Question number 7. Question number 7. So the answer is going to be refrigerator. Generator. I'm sorry for that. As you can see, you see that sometimes I make mistakes myself as well. So we're done with that. We're still left with 3 questions. Swanson's Food invested a great deal of money for the promotion. So Swanson's Food developed a new style of container for the launch of TV dinner. Two of these. The U.S. frozen food industry is currently the largest in the world. Frozen food industry. So Swanson, where are they? 1950s. So question number 11. So invested a great deal of money in the promotion of the TV dinner. Okay. 1950s, families were also looking for convenience at meal times. So the moment was the right for the arrival of tea dinner. Swanson's Food was a large, nationally recognized producer of canned and frozen poultry. In the 1954, the company adapted some of the bird's eye freezing techniques, and with the help of a clever name and a huge advertising budget, it launched the first TV dinner. TV dinner. So a huge advertising budget means a great deal of money. That's going to be true. All right, what else we have? 12. Swanson Food developed a new style of container for the lunch. So did I label this one? Here, label it question 11. A great deal of money here is like, I would like to write the paraphrase for that. Huge advertising budget. So this consists of frozen turkey, potatoes, and vegetables served in the same segmented aluminum tray that was used by airlines. The product. So what does it say? The Swanson's Food developed a new style of container for the launch of the TV dinner. This consists of frozen turkey, potatoes, and vegetables served in the same segmented aluminum. So same segmented aluminum tray that was used by airlines. So did they develop a new style of container for the launch? No, they did not develop. It's the same as the airlines. Same as the one in the airlines. So question 11. 12. So it's like same. This is the part. That's why we have the answer here is going to be false. The frozen food industry is currently the largest in the world. The product was an instant success. Within a year, Swanson's had sold 13 million TV dinners. American consumers couldn't resist the combination of a trusted brand name, a single serving package, and the convenience of a meal that could be ready after only 25 minutes in a hot oven. Okay, by 1959, Americans were spending $2.7 billion annually on frozen foods, and $500 million of that was spent on ready-prepared meals such as the TV dinner. Today, the U.S. frozen food industry was a turnover of over $67 billion annually, with $26.6 billion of that sold to consumers of home consumption. The remaining $40 billion in frozen food sales came through restaurants, cafeterias, hospitals, and schools, and that represents a third of the total food services. But is it the largest in the world? It doesn't say. Because the largest is like EST is saying it's using a superlative, which is a form of comparatives. So yeah, not given. So there you go, guys. So we are done with the passage 1. Next one we're going to be dealing with, can the planet coral reefs be saved? This one is going to be far more interesting than the passage 1. So if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. I'm going to be I very much appreciate the support, guys. So again, yes, if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, because it will help us reach broader and more audience, so that the content I'm going to be making in the future is going to be free for everyone. So that's basically going to help you get the bounce score you want in the future. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. See you later.